Monet Exchange, giving you Pink Panther. This was a controversial Pink Panther look.
I don't think it's controversial. I mean, the ears are a little round, but I mean, panthers and larger cats do have more rounded ears. We're used to point an ear on a cat, on like a domestic house cat, and that's just science. It's fine. But I love her Pink Panther look. I love the Pink Panther. I wish on the show she had actually worn her nose.
Because she didn't get it on till the end.
She had a prosthetic, but didn't paint the actual cat nose on. So, because when no one told me about the cat-themed runway, which I was mad about, I was like, let me just Google it then after the fact. And I was like, oh, so I guys want to come for my cat gig and not invite a bitch. Okay, cute. But no, I mean, her look was delightful. That was Domino Couture who did that outfit. And Domino is a cosplayer and a drag queen from New York as well.
All right.
Who is amazing. She does like Thorgy's work. She does work for Bob. She does work for Monet. She's a delight. Huge fan.
And Monet was also another little piece of the inspiration for Dark Veil.
Yeah, and I can like directly explain why. It's the smile. It's the smile. It's the curves. Because a non-drag entity in my life, my sister had this friend Jamar who was like the first gay guy I'd ever met growing up. Like I was like 7 and he came in, and I remember my sister having to be like to my mom, like, he's gay, don't be mean about it, to my mom, you know. Anyway, and they have similar body types, and that to me was like, I wanted that person to be Shade. Like I want, because he also, you know, Shade came up through foster care, which will be revealed in Uncanny X-Men: Winter's End.
Spoiler alert!
All right.
And so did Jamar, and I just thought that was that was something that kind of needed to be told, and I wanted this again. I wanted it to be a very real person who was this character, but again, anytime you saw that smile on the runway, it was just like, you're sold. Even if it wasn't the best look of the night, you're just like right back in. So that clung to me, and I wanted that in Shade. I wanted this character, because to me, a Marvel hero is someone who can do that, who can persevere, even if every odd, you know, all the odds are stacked against them.
Totally.
And I just felt like that smile alone was like, I wanted that. I wanted just like, every time she's always like, anyway, yeah, so.
All right, I love it.
Totally.
Look at her.
Is that Miss Nina?
Nina Brown as Garnet, honey.
Nina does have that thing where she like constantly that she feels are coming for her gig, even though 9 times out of 10, no one's even thinking of her in the process. Let's be real. I mean, she's come for me a few times. Like when I did my Chitara look and put it on Instagram, like the very next day she was like, "Ow, Chitara! Side by side of me and Dax, who did it better?" And I'm like, bitch, it's not about you. It's not about you. Because cosplay is for everyone, and everyone should be allowed to cosplay. But like, when you like immediately see someone like just like post content on their social media about their cosplay, and you immediately come for that, I'm like, bitch, not really relevant or important or good to do right now. I mean, no, she does good work. I mean, considering like especially like knowing how she makes a lot of her stuff, it's like, it's really, a lot of her like materials are really innovative and really interesting. Especially for the outcome she gets. Like, she gets a good outcome from like construction paper and Play-Doh and like things you would never think to use.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Like, ever. But then she wants to like circumvent that and say some shit about you loudly a few times. I'm like, girl, I just was standing up for your ass, and now you're like, oh, she copying me. No, Queen. I was not, but also I am not wearing a duct tape costume right now, so there's that.
Now, Sina, you said that Miss Nina got you together a little bit.
She served. I'm not gonna. I don't ever want to take anything away from your fabulosity, but she was technically the first to pull out a Shade look.
She was.
So, and then she was like, oh, even though you like referenced every queen of color except for me. And like, I wanted to be like, wait a minute, hold on, like, I didn't bring up Monique, I didn't bring up Peppermint, I didn't bring up the countless queens who aren't on Drag Race. On top of that, I just picked the 4 on like an Instagram comment. But I was like, but hey, cool, whatever. Like, you just did something super amazing, and like, I'm just excited to be here. So like, you rule.
Yeah.
But and also she served it really well. But the thing is too, like on Drag Race, she wasn't giving who Shade is, and so like I was like, that's just the truth, like, you know. And also she's very like, she and, you know, like Monique are very like lanky, and again, like I said, I wanted a full ass queen, and I'm like, sorry Nina Bonina, but like, anyway, she did amazing. And also the leather jacket was a great touch. You didn't like it? I liked it. Color blocking.
As someone who made a custom pattern for the bodysuit she's wearing and then hand sewed it together, I did not use gold duct tape on a Leg Avenue bodysuit from Amazon.com or a military surplus belt from Amazon.com or earrings from Target. I'm just saying, if we're gonna do shade, let's do some shade. But you are right. She was the first. But in cosplay, as in life, just because you're the first doesn't mean you should post about it.
Sina, please snap the fan.
I don't want to get in the drama.
Got it! Gotta go. Teleport.
Nope.
There she goes. There she goes. There she goes.
All right. Look at her. Miss RuPaul Charles.
Ooh, inspired by Andy Warhol, also inspired by Amanda Lepore.
Now, RuPaul sent you home in a double elimination. Did you ever get to have any moment with her beyond that?
How do I say politely, without getting blacklisted, that she's never spoken to me directly, literally ever in life? Because she likes to look past you. So, yeah, I mean, I love what RuPaul has done for drag and the drag community. And RuPaul was always one of my biggest inspirations. Growing up as a kid, like seeing other drag queens, I mean, like my first two drag queen references were Miss Piggy and then RuPaul. Let's be honest. But at the same time, seeing Drag Race from the other side is the hardest part. It really is, because it really takes away like a lot of like the magic and the mystery and the love of the show that you would have otherwise had, because you see both sides of it.
Yeah.
You know how someone actually is, and that someone is really, really, really good at playing a role. And not saying that role is unauthentic, but I'm saying that like she's focused on getting the job done, which is super respectful. But also, I'm just like, I just don't know how to really broach that, because I don't know her as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But I still respect, admire, and am thankful for what she's given me and what her platform has done for other drag queens and other drag performers, even ones that aren't even on the show. Because drag being as popular as it is now, based on Drag Race, other queens are making fucking actual coin who have never even been on the show before because they're drag queens.
Yeah.
And that's unprecedented. That's a whole new world for all of us to be in. And I mean, you know, there's room for all of us in it now. You know, there's like actual space for us all to exist now, as opposed to being like a tight, competitive microcosm of just like a subculture of a sub niche of a subgenre. Right. We're actually now like in the forefront of existence.
Yeah.
And that would never have happened without RuPaul.
That's
never
true.
would have happened. Yeah.
You're a fan, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, what's that metric line about, like, you don't want to meet your heroes or something like that? Yeah, I feel like
you just don't want to meet your heroes. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, like I love RuPaul so much. I don't know that, you know, again, I like working in comics, I've met all my heroes, and like, yeah, sometimes it's better to keep them as legends. So really I feel like if I get to meet Mama Ru at DragCon, I'm gonna very much just be like, I want to get a selfie, I want to shake your hand, and I want to leave it at that, because like I don't need any story which way or the other. Like, I just want her to be an icon and like want to leave it at that.
Well, you're lucky, because for $80 a pop, that's what you're gonna get, bitch. You're welcome. You're welcome. Pack it up.
All right, last but not least, look at her. Storm herself.
Typhoon!
Yes.
And her Worlds Apart costume, the best one, I think.
Everything.
Though my personal favorite Storm is the one I started on,
The
which
90s
is
Dimly.
Storm Mohawk fingerless gloves
83?
vest.
Yeah.
What is the official name for when she like cut her hair but had two long white strands?
Oh, the T-Boss Bob.
Oh, right.
The Joe Madureira T-Boss. Yeah, that's what I call it.
That was like, it's not my like.
Oh, it's the worst to me. It's the absolute worst.
Yeah, like I would never be like, oh, like let's put her back in that costume gang. But that is like my favorite, because I'm like, what is she wearing? This is so amazing.
Yeah.
Wolverine had like a scarf around his head.
And that was the post anniversary when Logan actually cut her hair for her in the shower after she stabbed Marrow in the chest, mimicking her fight with Callisto. You welcome for references. You welcome. You welcome. But I love how she got the haircut. I just legit hated the haircut, and everyone else did too, because even Toy Biz released an action figure with that same haircut, but they also released a variant, the one that I got with the full hair. Because I was like, you know, you're right, because I would not buy that shit otherwise. Like, you're welcome, Toy Biz. No, I just, you know, I love Storm. So.
Yeah, she's amazing as a character, and like as a character, like she's just so cool, and
yeah.
like she always knows the right thing to say, and she's always there for her people, and like bitch knows diplomacy too. Anyway, I love Storm.
If unlimited budget, unlimited everything, only for you, any cosplay, what is your ultimate dream?
I mean, I have a few.
Well, you gotta pick one in this situation.
Okay, here. Guttural first response. Futurama, Leela. But with a Cyclops eye, I could actually wear, see through, and keep on all day. That was pretty. Because Cyclops eyes are hard to make. I've been looking into it for a while. Like a good like prosthetic like Cyclops eye that wasn't like all like wrinkled and like weird.
Yeah.
But like hyper real, really pretty. That's why I want that one. Only because I can't do it myself. I'm not a good sculptor at all. I've tried, I failed, cried, and moved on. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Well, you made it through. Look at us, sweetie. Dax, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's been so fun.
been
I
great.
love your work. Sina, congratulations, sweetie. You had wish fulfillment today.
Yeah.
All your queens came home to roost.
Yeah!
And give you all the love.
That was really cool.
Thank you for supporting queer voices in the comic book world, because
For
it's
sure.
going to reach so many young people who will have something to hold on to. So congratulations on that, and keep doing it.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, Lady Red, did you have a nice time today? Yeah. All right, well, thanks to Lady Red, thanks to our beautiful Super Go-Go Boy, and thank you to Dax and Sina. And we'll see you all next time on Hey Qween, and look at her. Hit it! Look at her. Look at her. Come on, Dax, give me that super dance. Yeah, look at her. Bye, everybody. Get out of here, fly away, Superman. Fly away.
Look at her. Look at her.